So I'll start with how I met her dad. It was 8th grade and we were in the same class. I don't really remember when we started dating. I want to say it was like the beginning of freshman year. My mom, me, and my 2 sisters lived in an apartment. It was, I think the apartments were like 3 stories. We lived on the bottom floor. So basically, I would have him come through my window at night, and that's when everything like that happened. My mom knows now. She was not happy about it, but I guess it's just something that we can laugh at now, I guess. In March, I found out that I missed my period. My periods were like so regular. I was just kind of scared, but at the same time, I always wanted to have a little baby. My little sister was 2 at the time, and I just really, my mom would be gone to work during the summers and stuff, and me and my middle sister, we would take care of her. And I just really loved her and taking care of her and stuff. I just wanted, I guess, a little baby to take care of. I don't know. So I found out I was pregnant on actually my friend's birthday. It was March 11th of 2017. I was 14 at the time. My friend was turning 15. I told her dad. He was the first person that I told, and when I went to my best friend's birthday party, I told all of my friends there. So pretty much everybody that I was close to, like my friends and everything, they all knew. None of my family knew yet. So fast forward a few weeks, we were in the same math class, me and her dad. We go to school and we get a call to go down to the guidance counselor's office. Both the guidance counselors were in there, and I think the school nurse maybe was in there, and she asked us, I don't even remember how she knew. I think somebody might have told her. I don't know. I just know that they called us down. She was like, so I hear that you're pregnant. And I say yes, and I had a picture of the pregnancy test that I took on my phone. And so we showed them that, and they said, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're pregnant. So they asked me, had we told our parents yet? I think he actually told his parents. I hadn't told anybody yet in my family because I was so scared of how they were going to react. So at the end of that day, his aunt came to the school with his mom, I guess, and it might have just been her. I honestly don't remember, but she was telling us that we need to be responsible and we needed to figure out what we were gonna do and everything like that. And so my mom was in the line to come pick me up, from school. She sees us talking to this woman, and she doesn't know who it is. So I get in the car, and she's all confused, and I honestly didn't know a lot about birth control and abortions, literally anything like that. I hardly knew anything. So I just figured I was gonna keep her, right? So after my family found out, I basically made the decision that I was gonna keep her, And actually, my aunt and uncle had offered to take her after she was born, and I didn't want them to. I wanted to keep her. I turned 15 on March 28th. So, I found out I was pregnant when I was 14, and I actually had her on November 17th, 2017, and I was 15. I finished my freshman year. I started my sophomore year very pregnant. And it was funny because a lot of people didn't even believe me that I was pregnant. So when I came back and my belly was very big, they now knew that I was actually pregnant. So I had her November 17th, my sophomore year. I had her on a Friday because it was Thursday night and I was having a few contractions and I had lost my mucus plug. I wasn't that far dilated. I think I was only 3 centimeters. But where I went to the hospital at was an hour away, and I didn't want to have her at the hospital where we lived. So I went to the doctor so they could check me out and see if they could admit me. I just remember I didn't want to have her at that hospital, and I knew if I started going like actual labor at school, they would have drove me there. So I didn't want that to happen. So I didn't go to school on Friday, and I went into the doctor. And if y'all want to hear like a birth story, I can make another video for that. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I had her the following day. So I went in on the 16th. I had her on the 17th. I had her the week before Thanksgiving, and when you get pregnant in high school, they give you 2 weeks. Basically, after you have the baby to come back. Because the school allowed me only 2 weeks, and I had her, I didn't have a C-section, so I didn't have extra time. Because I think they give you longer if you have a C-section, complications, stuff like that. I did not have any. So, thankfully, so I only got 2 weeks, and Thanksgiving break is a week, so that was counted in with my 2 weeks. So really, I only had a week. Well, I was out with her for the week. My mom's side had planned on going to see my great-grandmother, my mother's grandmother, in Florida on the Thanksgiving break week. So what I did after I had my daughter, I went to Florida, to Disney World with a 2-week-old. So yeah, I walked around Disney World with a 2-week-old. And funny thing, I was gonna go back to school the next week, so I was trying to wean her off of breastfeeding, because I did that for a little bit. I was gonna bring formula to Disney World so it wouldn't be that hard on me, you know. But it didn't happen, so I had to breastfeed my 2-week-old in Disney World, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was fun. When I was pregnant, I had convinced my mom to let me live with my boyfriend, and his family. So I moved in with them when I was still pregnant, and my mom, it was, honestly, I don't remember a lot. It was a lot going on at that time, and it was very traumatic, and I think it just kind of went out of my mind. So I think I moved in with my boyfriend, who is her dad, my boyfriend at the time. He's no longer my boyfriend. I moved in with him and his family, And I remember us painting our room. We had this paint. It was like hot pink. It was hot pink paint. And I absolutely hated it. But his mom wanted the hot pink paint. And we painted the entire room hot pink. And it was god awful. But anyways, so we painted the room. I think we were living with my mom when I went into labor. So I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. I just know that I was staying with my mom and he was there when I went into labor. So my mom drove us to the hospital, and so after I came home, his family brought us home. So we went home with his family. I stayed there for about 4 months. It was November to March that I stayed with them. We broke up. We never really got back together after that. So I moved in with my dad and my stepmom and my stepbrother. I think that was all who was living there at the time. And my grandpa, my dad's dad. He moved in there for a little bit. And then, so I lived there and I don't even remember how long. I know I moved back in with my mom at some point. I don't remember when though. So I moved in with my dad for a little bit, and then I moved back in with my mom. I don't know when though. I stopped going to school. That was my sophomore year. I stopped going in March. And when I was going to school before, his mom was taking care of my daughter. So I kind of felt like I couldn't go back over there and bring her back over there every day to go to school. And I was failing a lot of my classes anyway, so I just stopped. The next year I went back, my junior year, which I was still technically a sophomore because I didn't finish my sophomore year. I finished that year, took all my sophomore classes that I didn't finish, took all my junior classes, and every day his mom would watch her while I went to school until I graduated, basically. Before I even had my daughter, my mom had met somebody. Me and my sisters actually got to meet this person right before my junior year. She decides that she's gonna move in with this person, and this person lived an hour and a half away. So she moved in with her an hour and a half away and took my two sisters with her, and I decided that I did not want to go. I wanted to stay where I was. I wanted to finish school where I had always been. So I asked my grandparents if I could stay with them, and that's what I did. I moved in with my grandparents, and they had a little, they call it an apartment. It's weird. It's like they built on, it's like a garage, and they built on a room onto the garage. It had a bathroom. They had a washer and dryer out there, and that's where me and my daughter lived for 2 years. So I started my sophomore year, well, my junior year. I was still technically a sophomore. I started my junior year out there, living with my grandparents. And honestly, like, my junior and senior year were like literally the best years of my life. My grandparents and my daughter's grandmother, her dad's mom, they helped me so much. Helped me to be able to live a normal teenage life. It was absolutely the nicest thing that anybody could have ever done for me at that time. My daughter was about to turn 2. My senior year, her birthday's in November, so She was about to turn 2. I started that year, and mind you, I have never done basically anything in high school. I was in like one club my freshman year of high school. I did so much that year. I decided that I was going to run cross country. Like, I really decided it. Nobody really supported me at all. Everyone told me no, don't do that. It's not gonna end well. You've never ran like that before. Why would you do that? So I started doing that, and I was not the best at all. I was really not. I came in last every time, but every time I got better and better and better. So that was something that I was really proud about. So I did that. I was also a senior when COVID started getting really bad. So actually, I think it was around my birthday, like in March. Sorry, my phone died. So yeah, I was a senior when COVID started getting really bad, and I think it was around March when we stopped going to school completely. So that really just kind of shut off my senior year. We got to have a graduation. I remember when we were first talking about graduation, and we were the senior meeting or whatever to tell us like the rules and everything of graduation. They said that children 5 and under couldn't go. I think it was 5 and under. It might have been less than that. But anyway, children under 5 couldn't go. I remember getting like so upset. I was crying. I wanted my daughter to be there. I really wanted her. I know that she wouldn't have remembered it, but I would have remembered it, and I wanted her to go, but that doesn't matter because only 2 people could go anyway. It was my mom and my dad. I had graduated, and after that, I met my girlfriend at work because we worked at the same place. Yep, and we've been together for 2 years. We got our own place together, which is like a huge accomplishment. We're both 20, and yeah, we got a little 2-bedroom house, and I'm real happy about that. So let me know if you guys want to see more. You want to hear my birth story, how I told my parents, anything. Feel free to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, it's Lily. I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while, but my life is very busy. I work a full-time job, and I'm a full-time mom, so there's a lot going on. And I also have a girlfriend. I didn't want to film this video when anybody was here. I get really shy in front of the camera, as y'all can tell. And I feel like if people were here, it would just add to that. So I finally got a free day, and hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe if you want to. Leave a comment. That would help me a lot. Thank you. Bye.